Wagwan. This thing on. There's ROCKSTEADY, KOTP TV, signing in. We saw me barn it out. Gary, this one goes out to you. We're listening to Deftones. No doubt I'll get a couple of views on this little series. I mean, relative to what I normally get, because I know that people do like the Deftones. This is an act I'm not very familiar with. When I first started this channel, I think I put a couple of Deftones numbers on. And you know what? I'm not in a space where I get this band yet. So hopefully it grows on me. Heavy band as far as distortion is concerned, from what I'm aware. And we're sipping on some red wine tonight, people, alright? Some Yellowtail Shiraz. I'm going to pop it in a mug, as I normally do. People really love this band. Is this a sexy band? Is this a band for the women? Is that what I want to know? Is this a typo negative band? Obviously it's not typo negative, but this is like a quite a palatable, sultry band, right? If that's the right term to use. I don't know what to expect. The album is Around the Fur. I've been recommended White Pony as well in the past. I never got around to doing it, in all honesty, but Gary has recommended this via the Patreon, and why the hell not? Let's jump in, shall we? Let me just sort out my volume, and I will see you in 1 second. Let's go. My Own Summer is the first one. 46 million views. We're grooving. Sipping on a red wine. I'm off to Rome this weekend. I'm off to the Vatican. Rock music, I can tell you that. I think from my pre-exposure to this band and from listening to this, perhaps I'm expecting like quite a consistent wall of sound from this band. Big powerful guitars. Fascinating start to the record. Okay? Very grungy. Very rock. Very nu metal, I would say. A little bit emo there with that like a 2000s sort of scene kid emo vibe. This is fascinating. This is fascinating. Millions of views. Millions of views. And someone says that riff is undeniably iconic. So there's a lot in the guitar line. What are we in? Drop D? Arguably could be drop C. C standard even. Who knows? Got Labia coming up next, alright? Let's keep on going. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Around the Fur, Deftones. This should be an easy listen. This is, well, I say it should be. 37 minutes, the last track. Surely that's a hidden track. Labia is track number 2. Let's keep on going. Deftones, Around the Fur. Better. Better. Bit of nu metal coming out there. A little bit of Slipknot, don't you think? This vibe is making a comeback. This 2000s grungy, scene kiddie emo sort of stuff is and I know it's not strictly that genre, but you know where I'm coming from. The 2000s aesthetic is coming back. I assume it's this can't be a 90s record. 1997. I take it back. Maybe it's ahead of its time, you know. Ba-da-da. This band, or at least this album, this sound, this energy, I can picture the target audience, or at least I can hear the market of this band. Grungy Grebos, man, most definitely. Ba-da-da. Nice, clear, distinct taster of that guitar tone there as we let the power chord drag on and we can hear, you know, the saturation of that distortion. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is a band, you have to be in a particular space, man. A few drinks down, you've been with the people, you're going for a walk, you're feeling waved up, you got nowhere to be fast. You're jamming out, you're going down. Da, 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 da. Got your earphones in, your headphones on, whatever it may be. You're getting this big wall of powerful noise blasted at you. That was Labia. We got Mascara coming up next, alright? 12 million views, hold on. There's Rocksteady. King of the Pit TV signing in. Mascara is track number 3 of 10 on Around the Fur. This entire listen through goes out to my good friend Gary, who recommended this on the Patreon. Shall we go? I think we should. Let's go. Is that the bass guitar? Bum ba da da boom. Bum ba da boom. Gotta give it to the drummer. The drummer is a rock drummer, you know. Through and through. Come better bomb into you. What do you think? 'Cause there's still blood in your hair. Got the bruise. 1, 2, 3, 4. One and two and 1 and 2, bing! Your tattoos, you have weak wrists, but I'll keep you. 'Cause there's something about it, long shade It's too bad. It's too bad you're married. It's too bad you're married? To me. Let's have a look at some comments, see what the people are saying. I love how scary calm his voice can get while singing. Just got introduced to Deftones recently, and I'm in love. Brought up the band with a co-worker. I figured she would have known him. She grew up with the band and told me a lot. Right, let's keep on going. I've not formulated my opinion of this band yet. I think this might be one that grows on me, in all honesty. We got the title track, Around the Fur, coming up next. I'll see you on that one, people, alright? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, listening to Deftones, Around the Fur. Let's just jump straight in. Track 4 of 10, come on. Alright. Bit of a higher tempo on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sipping on a Shiraz tonight. Ba, 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 ba. Let's go. I bet the sound engineer and the live performances has got a lot to work with the dynamic and contrast of the vocalist's performance, from the screaming to the you know what I mean? What would you call that in music, like engineering terms? A lot of compression on the vocal to ensure that, you know, we're good either end. Someone says this was ahead of its time. I agree, because this sounds like a 2000s record to me. Beautiful sounding bass there. Better. Better. That was my favourite one so far. That was my favourite one so far. I liked the palm mute riff. I thought it was the catchiest as far as the riff's concerned in the vocal line. I like that one. I like that one. I thought that was a pretty good tune. Yeah, that was the best one so far, definitely. Best track on the record so far. We got Rickets coming up next, which might be the shortest one on the record. Let's find out. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Deftones, Around the Fur. This is track 5 of 10, entitled Rickets. Let's jump straight in. These moments, do sound a little bit Slipknot influenced, maybe indirectly, but you know, there's a bit of Corey Taylor in there. Let's go. Filler track. That was a filler track. That was a filler track, was Rickets. Somebody said that it was the most Pantera-ish they sounded. You know what? When I read that and I heard this vocal right there at the end of the track, that rah, rah, did hear a little bit of the intensity of Anselmo in there from when Pantera does go a little bit off the rails with the vocal. The band's good. The band has very simple riffs, but just hit the sweet spot. The band is a rock band. We can talk nu metal, we can talk grunge, we can talk all of these different bits and bobs, but I think this is a very foundational rock band. Now, don't get me wrong, it's distorted and the vocals are harsh, but this is a rock band to me, you know? A very, very, very foundational rock band. A little more intense than the Rolling Stones, but, you know, to the same degree, I think this is a rock band. We've got Be Quiet and Drive Far Away coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget to rest. Now there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're listening to Around the Fur by Deftones. Nice, easy listen, to be honest with you. The right amount of material, the right length for a record, I would argue. Between 8 to 10 tracks, I think, at this point is like the best length as far as the structuring, the sequencing of an album. And when the songs are, you know, 3 minutes to 4 minutes generally, perfect. Be Quiet and Drive Far Away is track number 6. This listen through goes out to Gary. Thank you for the recommendation, Gary. This was over on Patreon. Let's go. We're sipping on a nice Shiraz tonight. Quite a low budget music video. Good quality, but low budget. That was pretty good. It was pretty good. They're quite hypnotic as far as the repetition of the guitar work. They must have maybe two riffs, if that, per tune, and they just cycle around, cycle around, cycle around. But it doesn't get boring because they're always good riffs. They're always good riffs. They aren't, you know, it's crazy because I wouldn't say the riffs were incredibly characteristic. Like, they're relatively simple, but they provide this big booming wall of audacity, which really creates the sound of the band, I would say. We've got Lotion coming up next. Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Lotion is track 7 of 10. Around the Fur is the album. Let's jump straight in. Come on. Butter, 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 butter. This is a heavy tune. When it gives space to the bass tone, it sounds really good. These headphones are fantastic for the bass frequencies, so, you know, if it's like a lower, like if there's emphasis on the bass frequency, I don't hear it as much as if I had, you know, more appropriate headphones, in all honesty. But when we hear the bass in their moments outside of the guitar line just blowing your head off, the tone sounds beautiful. I really like the bass sound on this record when I can hear it, you know. I can hear it generally, but you know, with it just aligning itself with the root note of the guitar riff, you know, it all sort of comes together as one. His glass again. I think if this was 97, this will have come prior to the reign of Lost Prophets, but you hear a little bit of, you know, I know it's a bit of a cursed name to reference, but you do hear a little bit of what became of, fucking hell, what's his name? Megalol's guy from Lost Prophets. Who's the Nuns? I forgot the guy, the frontman of Lost Prophets, you know what I mean? Bruh, and let's be real, if you're into Deftones, you're probably into Lost Prophets, let's be real. Like that whole alt-rock vibe, innit? What an abrupt ending. Do you reckon it flows into Day the Flu? That was alright. That was an alright tune. Plenty of repetition on the I Feel Sick. I Feel Sick, I Feel Sick. Definitely through one way or another, quiet the appropriate reference to connect and market the song to the people. We all feel sick from time to time through one way or another. Good songwriting. I approach it as a songwriter as well as like a general enjoyer of music, you know. That's a fair play. That was an alright tune. We got Die the Flu coming up next, alright? Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, listening to Around the Fur by Deftones. This is recommended by Gary, not to Gary. Gary, I don't need to recommend it to you, mate. You recommended it to me via the Patreon. This is track numero 8 or 10. I don't know if it's Day or Die the Flu. You tell me, alright? This is track 8. Let's go. I like it when they give the bass time to shine, man. The bass tone is really good. This is that new metal coming out. Ignorant bass tone, man. Little bit of tremolo on that bitch. It's a fascinating sound because the intensity and the distortion of the, you know, the powerhouse vocal projection. The sound engineer has mixed it to a degree where it's not the most intense, like, horrific sound it should be. It's placed in a position within the mix that allows it to be, you know, it's like a guitar line. If you throw a nasty distortion on a guitar, it's not going to be like displeasing to turn everyone off because it's a distortion on a guitar line. They've thrown all this distortion and like really cranked the vocal to be in this horrific distorted noise, but they reel it back and allow it to sit in the mix in a position where it's not the biggest headache of all time, you know. What are you telling me connect to the internet for? We got Head Up coming up next, which is 6 minutes 12, which is long for this record. Let's keep going. Yes, no, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Yo! Head Up is track number 9 of 10. We're listening to Deftones, Around the Fur. Let's just bloody go, shall we? Let's go. Where are we at? Yeah, it's crazy because it's like the most niche sort of hardest hardcore band of all time, but this reminds me of a band called Cold as Life from Detroit, which is insane. A little bit of Limp Bizkit. Great bass presence, you know. Great bridge. Great dynamic as well. I like that. I thought that was just gonna be a bridge, but we had it essentially as a part B to the song. I liked it. I liked the slow dying down of that. I saw a reference to the lyrical content and song concept in the comment section. I don't really care. I didn't pick up on it in the song because the vocals were quite intense, and you know, I'm only here for the music. I'm here for the audio experience. If I don't pick up on it, it's none of my business. But yeah, all right tune. Went from intense to a fantastic bridge section. I thought the bridge was the best part of it. I really liked that instrumental moment. I thought that was proper cool. We got MX to finish off. With it being 37 minutes, I assume there's a hidden track. This can't be a full-on number. Let's keep going. Yes, now rest now, but do not forget the rest now, people. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, listening to Around the Third. This is the last track of the record, track 10 of 10, entitled MX. It's a crazy 37 minutes long, so I assume we got a track and then followed it by a hidden track. Maybe. Let's go. This listen through goes out to Gary. Drinking Shiraz tonight. Get back. Get back. Come on. Hello. This guy says, The Revenge said, one of my favourite things to do is put the song on bar jukebox after MX is over. People think the jukebox is broken, then boom, the bong hit comes on, scares the S out of everyone. People laugh and then another 10 minutes of silence, then boom, the drums to the moan kick in and scares the F out of everyone again. 1.3k thumbs up. I think that's BS. I don't think you do that. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that ever happened in reality. Let's have a look at the replies. I don't think anyone gets scared, says it's the cack. I thought I was the only one, man. Yeah, it doesn't happen. That never happened. Are we gonna fade this into feedback? Decent tune. Decent tune. Quite unnerving, that underwater style of vocal. I don't know what effect was thrown on there for it to sound as such. But some good riffs. You know, the Deftones are so consistent with this heavy style of, like, relatively basic power chord riffing that it becomes just like part of the sound. But if this was like another band, like a hardcore band, which is what I'm familiar with, kick into a riff like that, people will be moshing because it's a good mosh riff. But for the Deftones, it's just it's the standard. So let's have a little Deacon a bong hit. Any moment now. Apparently this scares people. I doubt it does. Maybe confuses people. What the hell was that? Well, to be fair, it will scare people, man. On the days of just leaving your CD in the sound system, it's a different kettle of fish. I used to buy plenty of CDs, so...
Oh yeah, what's up? Well, we just hit the song. It's all good. Call back later. Oh yeah.
Yo, I used to smoke a bong, right? But I couldn't be making too much noise because it'd set me up. So I didn't put no water in it. I just had it bare. I had it organic. Use it like a pipe, man. Come on, get back. Let's go, hidden track. Anytime now. Anytime now. Come on.
And so do your eyes. This is why I hate you.
That sounded like that was edited in. When the hit of that guitar hits, it sounds like this was like edited as if it was like it was spliced, man. That wasn't organic. Sound engineer made a mistake on that. Arguably that was like the heaviest part of the record. Because it was so behind the beat and so emphasized, it was heavy. I've got a lot to say about this record, and you're only going to get it if you watch the next video, which will be my final overview of this record, alright? So hold on to that one. I'm going to rate it out of 10. What am I going to rate it? Who knows? I'll see you on the flip side. Hold on. Peace. Yes, now blessed. Now there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. I could take these off. I just listened to Around the Fur, which was recommended by my very, very, very good friend Gary. My man Gary put us on to Around the Fur via the Patreon. He said, bruh, go check out some Deftones, and here we are. I did a little bit of Deftones at the start of this channel, and I was doing it like on an odd song to an odd song. So I knew there was something there, but you don't grasp the full depth of the band without listening to an entire project. You can hear a song and think, okay. But it's when you hear the band in depth where you understand how it correlates and relates to who you are. How you can identify the band. So, this was Around the Fur. I got recommended White Pony a lot back in the day. I never got into it. I never delved into it. But given it's my man Gary, we got to jump into Around the Fur. We got to go into the Deftones now. Let me start by saying when I started listening to this record, okay, I thought this was a 2000s record. As you would see in my song Listen by Listen, initially I said 2000s. Then I looked at the credits. 1997 supposedly. This was ahead of its time as far as sound is concerned, because if I align it and relate it with my understanding and knowledge and my spectrum of intellect, for lack of better words, as far as music is concerned, and I pedestalize myself and say music is my autistic interest. Let's be real, it's my specialized interest. This is definitely ahead of its time. For 97, this does not sound like a 97 record. It did not state that this was remastered. I'm just going to double check. It did not state that this was a remaster, a re-release. So if I was to give this as it was given to me, this is engineered, this is produced, this is performed like a band in the 2000s. Now, don't get me wrong, I could say 2001, 2002. Not too long from 97, but there is a heap of difference. In my world, I associate the 2000s with polish, sparkles, and gargantuan technological advancement in pop music. So it's the most incredible compliment to say this 90s record aligned with the 2000s for me. Now, let's go into the music. Let's go into the record. 10 tracks. 8 to 10 tracks, I would argue, at this point in King of the Pit TV, having however many listen-throughs as we've had at this point. That's the perfect amount of tracks on a record. It's the perfect amount of tracks on a record. I don't care whether it's grindcore, don't care whether it's grunge, don't care whether it's rock and roll, don't care whether it's rap, don't care whether it's soul or funk or jazz or classical or whatever. 8 to 10 tracks is a great amount of versatility without overdoing it. Without diminishing the product by just creating a substance of boredom. Get it over and done. And if you want to extend it, but 8 tracks is good enough. The record is consistent. There's a sound to this band. There's a heaviness to the band. It's a heavy record. Heavy can be debated because your metalheads aren't going to say it's heavy. You know, your 20-year-old battle jacket wearing Iron Maiden head, if not death metal head, if not black metal heads, aren't going to say it's heavy because they don't have a full grasp on what is heavy. This is a heavy record. The riffs people like in the comment section, they like. I don't think the riffs were very inspired, but the riffs were consistent and created the noise that we associate the Deftones with. I think the Deftones is a wall of noise. Personally, I associate them prior, if not now, most definitely reinforced with a wall of sound. Powerful sound. Powerful. Heavy in a more production sense as opposed to like a technical instrumental sense. Although that does play a part. Most definitely plays a part. But, you know, bassline, we don't go off of the riffs. When the guitar's riffing, bassline's just the root note. Just follows. Drumming, very good. Rock and roll drumming. Not rock and roll in the virtuoso all over the place, but rock and roll in the driving. Simple. Very simple. Good. This is a rock record. Now let's go to the vocals. Harsh. But the sound engineering allows it to reel back into the mix. So it's not that harsh in comparison to its surroundings. They don't put the vocals fully frontal where you're just hearing with these overtly distorted clipping vocals. They just allow it to exist a little behind, creating a more full sound of rock music. It is harsher than most rock music, but it's rock music to me. I don't care about nu metal. I don't care about grunge. I don't care about what else? Emo, arguably. Don't care about hardcore adjacent. There's a couple of grooves. Come on. This is rock music core. To me. That's what I think. And you can say, it's a bit harsh. It's a bit... Yeah, I'm not speaking specifically genre-wise. I'm not getting into that realm. I'm saying, to me, this is rock music. We've got the driving drums. We've got an overt guitar that doesn't detract from the vocal. The vocal is fully central. The main component, it's a powerful vocal. It's not too intense that it's like extreme. There's no extremity because the sound engineering deducts from the extremity of the vocal intentionally to create a more polished product. This is rock music and this is good. If I was gonna rate this record out of 10, 6.5. My personal opinion. To you, it'll be different. To the emos, it'll be different. To those having a couple of drinks and going out in the night and experiencing life and going home and only coming across the Deftones and being in the zone and having it align with their emotion and their position in their existence, it's going to be different. To me personally, I like a bit more groove. I like a bit more controversy. I like different elements that this record doesn't provide me. That's not to say I don't appreciate it, because I have a understanding and a more in-depth appreciation to this band than I did prior to listening to it. But to me, 6.5. To you, it will be different, but that's just me. And I hope you enjoyed that listen through. I'm signing out. One love to Gary. I'm signing out. Peace.